going to the show and seeing him perform was like seeing another side of him, because he just like exploded with energy and pizzazz, and his moves were incredible. Like, to see that side of somebody, you know, to see how they move and how they use their body and how they perform, and how he really like had control over the crowd. The crowd was just going crazy, you know? And like I was just staying there like in awe of just like this other person that made up his other side. And I was very impressed. I was very impressed. There definitely was like an intrigue that came from seeing him perform, absolutely. And the confidence. I mean, confidence is always attractive, but like to see it like that is like, I don't know. I was definitely intrigued into that other side of him, the romantic side, if you will. Um, After that, yeah.
All right, so here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna bring out the first guy. Now, the first guy, going first, it's not easy, people. It's not easy. So I want you to give up as much love as you possibly can for our first contender tonight, the New York champion.
Really kind of entered my mind when I was in high school. I had this group of friends, and we would we'd make funny videos. We had actually started an air band that we would tape. We'd do certain songs. I think back in that time, we were doing mostly 80s glam rock. A lot of Great Whites, a lot of White Snake, a lot of Poison. After college, I moved to Chicago. I had been there for a couple years, and I read about it, an air guitar competition that was happening at a local bar. I thought to myself, okay, you know, why not? It was only a week before the competition, but I thought, okay, I could probably put together something worthwhile, and whatever. If anything, it's gonna be really fun. I went into the show, and the one thing that I had forgot was my stage name, was picking a stage name. The guy was doing the roll call, and he was like, Andrew Litz. And I'm like, here, and he's like, oh, do you want a stage name? All I could come up with was William Ocean, and the reason for that was because a week before I had been in a karaoke contest at another bar in Chicago, and I had chosen the song Caribbean Queen by Billy Ocean, and I ended up winning the karaoke contest. So I thought to myself, okay, you know, whatever, maybe there's some luck in this name. Maybe there's, you know, something about it. And obviously I couldn't use Billy Ocean because it's taken. So I decided on William Ocean. Working in production, you have to be very detailed. Once I leave and go to a competition, or I go to, you know, back to my apartment and practice, or, you know, I'm working on a new routine, things change. Beers come out, spandex comes out also sometimes, and it can get different. It can get wild. It's a great release from whatever the daily grind. But it's also just something that I really love. Some of the routines that I pull off on stage are really just me kind of like getting into the song and embodying the spirit of the song, which is a really fun thing to do. Once you go to a competition, I think you really embrace what the whole air guitar thing is. Because it's one thing to explain it, but to experience it takes it to a different level. Right now we are at the beautiful, picturesque East River Park. Where I'm sitting right now is where I would do a lot of my practicing. I would use this kind of concrete benches to simulate the edge of the stage. Most of the time, when I practice just on my own, I'll do that just completely dead sober. And it's more kind of a focused time where I'm running through the intricacies of the routine and really trying to get, the details down. When I go through the moments where I'm coming up with my routine and I'm listening to music and I'm kind of getting a sense of what this whole thing could be, I do enjoy beverages at that time. Air guitar has entered my life in a way that doesn't just start and stop at a competition. I've actually had been trying to work on developing an aerobics routine for air guitar. When I do get into practicing, it's an incredible workout, and maybe I feel it because I don't work out in a regular sense, but I do think there are some health benefits to playing air guitar. Even if you don't want to get into a competition, but just playing in your normal life, whether be just for fun or for a competition, I think is healthy. All right, we are in Williamsburg, Brooklyn right now at my apartment. Let me just show you around a little bit. This is the kitchen. This is a cutting board that my mom recently sent me. Of course, being an air guitarist, she is into all things air guitar, and pretty much everything in this shape comes my way. This is a little patio out front here. Ladies and gentlemen, Chiara Bajardi. Hey. My lady friend. This is the area that I lovingly refer to as the music corner. A lot of old albums that have been passed down from my dad and other relatives live here. I've also got some inspiration for routines from some of this stuff. Namely Rod Stewart. Jefferson Starship, another great. This is an actual guitar that, oddly enough, I won during an air guitar competition. I still have no idea how to play it, but I feel that I should keep it around because maybe when I retire, I might want to take up the actual guitar, or I'll end up giving it to my kid or something. I don't know. And then we have one more space that I do frequent quite a bit. It's up this third, very steep stairwell. Oh, and actually, before we get there, I'll show you this little area. It's become a little trophy closet, basically. In addition to playing air guitar, in the off season, I do have some free time, and I have got into the world of competitive skee-ball, and I've won some of these trophies that you'll see here. Also, some of my air guitar accolades are up here. This was actually the trophy when I won my first U.S. air guitar final. That was in 2007, As you can see, it's just a trophy of air, basically, is what they told me it was. So just real quick, this is this is some of the paraphernalia that you can see at an air guitar show. My mom makes all of this stuff at the William Ocean headquarters in Akron, Ohio, and usually she'll come with 20 or 30 of these during a competition and give them out to all the fans. And these are yellow boots that I've actually wore in a competition before. I actually wore these in 2009 when I did a heavy metal version of My Heart Could Go On. Finally, we have a little outdoor space. This is where I do a lot of my practice. During air guitar season, I'll be up here 2 to 3 hours a day, just kind of really getting into my routine, figuring it out, and getting ready for the show. And also drinking a lot of beer. After I won my first U.S. final, there was some fanfare that was involved. I got to be in a lot of interviews, both on TV and in print, and it was cool. But probably the coolest thing that happened was Topps, the trading card people, came to me and told me that they were making a series of trading cards called the Champions series. Like the dog that won the Westminster Dog Show had a trading card. Joey Hot Dog, who typically wins the hot dog competition at Coney Island, had a trading card. They thought, okay, well, let's get the guy who won the air guitar competition. I gave them some images of me, and unfortunately, they decided to use the one where I have a huge beer gut. But yeah, that's an image from the 2007 U.S. final. Apparently, people collect these. Not this one specifically, but they collect the whole series, and people have been sending me their card to get autographed, and I'm sending it back to them. People send me the trading card, and normally they'll include a letter just asking me to sign the card. Some of them are pretty personal. Some of them are just business-like. But so I've just been collecting the cards, handwritten, typed, whatever. But it's been going on for about 3 years now. I can't imagine that any of these people are really fans, but sometimes they say it. This one written on balloon stationery. I didn't even realize that there were this many cards made, so it's pretty neat. This one's pretty ridiculous. Done in crayon. Kid doesn't even really know how to write, but he says, "Can you please sign my card? Thanks." I don't even know what his name is. Yeah, hopefully he's happy with the signature. So yeah, that's the apartment. It's suitable to not only comfortable living, but also air guitar rehearsal, and that's really why we live here. I compare air guitar to a professional sport in some senses. And I feel like the career of an air guitarist can only be so long. There are exceptions, of course, but I feel like, just from a physical sense, it takes a toll on your body, especially a performer like me who, I mean, if I'm not bleeding or in some way bruised when I leave a performance, I think that I haven't given all on the stage. I feel that, in 3 to 5 years, I'll be more of an ambassador to air guitar. Possibly a coach to some young upstarts. I'd love to do that. And really just kind of be a general spokesperson, because I do think that it is an amazing organization, and it's fulfilling. It's actually fulfilling. I think the greatest thing that an air guitarist can do is to kind of get the crowd so behind you that that they're chanting in the end, that there are you've driven them to some sort of emotion when you are all finished and done.
you know, and it's not just like applause, that was great, but you have actually elicited some type of strong emotional response to what you're doing on stage. And I think that's really the greatest high.